Hi, welcome to Sue Marie P. My name's Sue and today I'm going to share how to make these cute little mini pancakes called my easy buckwheat Blini. Blini are really popular in Europe and they're traditionally made with yeast. But I've made an easy recipe to make them with buckwheat flour, a little bit of baking soda and baking powder. And they're super quick to make, perfect for hors d'oeuvres or canapés with a little bit of like roasted vegetables, or you can do it the traditional way and have salmon with sour cream or creme fraiche. So if you'd like to see how I make my buckwheat Blini, come with me and let's see. Step one, we need to preheat our fry pan. So I'm just over here at my stove top and I'm going to turn that on, kind of to a medium-high heat, so that'll be nice and warm. So the first step is, we could mix it in a bowl, but I think it's easier to mix it in the jug because I'm going to use the jug to pour my batter into the fry pan. So in here I've got my buckwheat flour. You can swap out the buckwheat flour for regular flour if you're not into buckwheat flour. That's 3/4 cup or 75 grams. We need a little bit of salt because we're going to maybe use these for savoury, but you can use them for sweet as well. That's 1/8 teaspoon. I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I like the combination of both. For me, that just always works out. I'm just going to whisk those ingredients together. Just grabbing my scales for the next part. So into that, I'm going to put 150 mils of milk, which is about 3/4 cup, and I'm using oat milk because that's what I like drinking. But you can swap it out for regular milk. And we need to crack 1 egg in there. Now you can mix this by hand, but I'm going to mix it with my electric whisk here. Just going to grab my spatula and go in and just make sure that my flour is not lumpy at the bottom, which it is a bit lumpy. So I'm going to grab that whisk and mix it again. And that's all nice and smooth. So my pan's lovely and hot, and because I've got it in this jug, I'm just going to pour a tiny bit of the mixture in to make little circles. I read that back, I think it was 600 AD, that I think it was Russia did round circles to represent the sun. It was like good fortune. Just turning my pan down slightly. So I brushed my pan with a tiny bit of coconut oil before we started, but you can use any type of oil, or if you've got a non-stick pan. This pan is meant to be non-stick, but it's not that good. So once you see bubbles appear, let's see if I can zoom you in. Then we start flipping it. And I should have done a test one to check the temperature of the pan. And it doesn't matter if they're not all the same size, but if you want to try and make them the same size. I was going to buy like a little squirty, like a sauce bottle, plastic one to pour them in, but I haven't done that yet. And then this recipe will make about 25 to 30, depending on how big or small you make them. I'm going to keep cooking them. So just gently pour in a small amount of mixture. You can use a little teaspoon, but I find the jug is a great tip to control the pour. My Blini pancakes are all cooked. Now I'm going to show you a very Swedish way on how to serve them with a little bit of what Swedes called gravlax, which is salmon, with a little bit of dill. So I have this packet here, which is already pre-made. Take 2, I've zoomed you in so you can see what I'm doing here with the salmon. Okay, next thing is we need to add a little bit of this sour cream. So a little dollop, oh, it's not sour cream, it's creme fraiche. So creme fraiche is like a soured cream, and it's very popular here in Sweden. There's probably about, I don't know, I was overwhelmed at the supermarket trying to work out which one to buy. There's so many different options. And if you had fresh dill, you could add a little bit more to the top. If you weren't into salmon, you could probably do roast vegetables, sun-dried tomatoes, a little bit of olive tapenade, pesto, and you could even do little blini for dessert with some berries and chocolate sauce. Okay, they're done. I'm going to come over to the table and do a little taste test. So all the buckwheat blini are made. I don't know if it's Blini or Bellinis. If anyone knows, pop a comment below. And here are my ones with the salmon gravlax. I'm going to give it a go. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. I've never tried it before. I just thought I'd share it with you because it was such a Swedish thing to have. It's actually not bad. The salmon is like it's marinated. I'm just going to grab my packet. So I think it's like cured in lemon juice. It says citron on the back, and it's not a bad taste. It's kind of not like smoked salmon at all. It's more like a fresh fish, and the dill's not too strong, but it tastes quite good. I'll have another one. I like the carrier of the buckwheat blini. It's quite soft, so you don't get the crunch of a cracker. Hit the thumbs up if you've liked my video. Pop a comment below, share it with a friend, and give it a go and let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this today. If you're not into salmon, try having the buckwheat blinis with something else. Let me know what creative topping you come up with. Just have them as little mini buckwheat pancakes for breakfast or dessert. Stick around, I'll pop some more buckwheat recipes up above. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. One thing I forgot to mention, cover these, store them in the fridge for up to about 2 days. If not, pop them in the freezer and they'll probably last about 2 to 3 months. Thanks for watching.